Hey everyone, welcome back to GameSpot's coverage of Summer Game Fest 2022. I'm here with GameSpot's own Phil Hornshaw, and you just played LEGO Brawls.
Did.
It's actually been out of mobile for a while though, right? But you played the PS5 version,
Yeah,
is that right?
so yeah, this is the bigger port over to PS5. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's 4-on-4, like, it's sort of similar to a fighting game like a Smash Brothers, but the idea is a little more cooperative a lot of the time. So you're like on a team of 4 against another team of 4, doing things like capturing a control point and stuff like that.
Okay, so you mentioned Smash Brothers there, and I
Yeah.
think that's what everyone has in their head, that this is basically the LEGO version of Smash Brothers. So in what way is it like Smash Brothers? So it's a fairly light combat platform-based game, right?
Yeah, it's mostly like a pretty chill melee game. You know, you've got like a standard weapon that you carry around. It could be a sword or a plunger or, you know, any of a half dozen other, or a million, actually much more like a million other LEGO things, but they all just kind of bash people. And then you are able to find items like you would in Smash Brothers, or like item boxes, and you can open those up and they give you one of 3, I think, different tiers of item, which you set ahead of time as part of your loadout. So you've got like a light item that might be like a lasso you could use to like freeze up another player and pummel them for a minute. Or you might get like a medium one, which was, for me, it was like a food truck that shot sausages and could run people over. And then your third one is something even more powerful. These all have armor too. If it's like vehicles, they have like their own health bar. And then the third one I got was a dragon who could fly and shoot fireballs. And they're like, you know, limited time. You only get them for a few seconds. They can get bashed on and you could lose them. But that's kind of the gist, is that you're trying to get these items to sort of overwhelm the other team for a second, but it's very back and forth kind of chaos.
So it's sort of like an assist in Smash Brothers. I'm finding it very hard to picture the hot dog truck, so hopefully we have footage that's going over this as we speak.
You know, it looks like if you built a truck out of Lego, it's what, what it looks like, but it shoots sausages. I don't know. It's weird. It's all stuff from a bunch of different Lego sets. They've got, you know, years and years of Lego stuff in here, like Ninjago, Jurassic Park, but then more generic stuff that is like the Lego IP, like Castle. And the way it works is you, like, as you're playing alone, you pick a theme that you want to work on of like a Lego set, and then as you play, you're kind of leveling up and unlocking more of that stuff. And it's all customization and like a few of those loadout items, that you can use and bring into battle. But most of it is just like cosmetic stuff to kind of go crazy and make your little guy for when you get into a fight, and, you know, make him a knight with clown hair and space suit and all kinds of stuff like that.
Yeah, from what you described, this does sound like, you know, like all of the recent Lego games, in which basically it's just like a big genre mashup of, you know, all of the Warner Brothers properties. So is that the same thing there? Like, because I think you mentioned, what, 1 million customization options?
It seems like
is
a
that
lot.
what they're claiming? Or is that
it just seemed like a whole ton of them. And like just all kinds of stuff that you might find in various Lego sets, you know, like you could fight people with the sword, or like alien stuff, or a mop, you know, all kinds of stuff like that. And like I mentioned the truck, but there are a bunch of other things too, and things that might not seem like weapons necessarily, you know, but they're fun to bring into the battlefield and just kind of rage around for a minute, and then they go away. And so it's a lot of scrambling around trying to find your next thing, or bash people when you've got a second, you know, with your whatever you're carrying.
And what sort of IPs did they throw into this one? Because the Lego games had all these really amazing IPs.
So I saw Jurassic Park for sure, and there's a lot of Jurassic Park stuff ranging that entire series from the original movie to the latest Jurassic World movies. Ninjago stuff, a lot of that as well. I don't know what else. I didn't see any like Harry Potter or anything else like that, so it doesn't seem like it's too expansive on IP. It's more, I think, focused on the variety of cool, weird Lego stuff that's not necessarily tied to maybe another franchise or something like that.
Like off camera, you did mention to me the open shirt Ian Malcolm from Jurassic Park.
He's there. Also, like John Hammond, and you could bash people with his like amber walking stick and stuff like that. So
look, one thing I want to go back to, like you mentioned at the start, that this is a lot more cooperative in nature. So explain that a little bit more to me.
So there's like a fighting the AI side, which is cooperative, and you're like 4-on-4 teams. And so you're in a big map of like, might be a volcano kind of place, or a ghost-filled haunted house. And running around these places are little control points like you might see in Halo or Gears of War, and your idea is that you want to take control of that, bash everybody else off of it, hold that down, that's how you score points. So it's 4-on-4 in those cases. And I think you can play that maybe online with other people and cooperate that way. When we played couch co-op, that was a more Smash Brothers-like 4-player free-for-all type fight. And it removed the control points, and we were just hitting each other and running around like picking up items. And the items were themed on the location. Mm-hmm. So they were specific, like a crossbow that like made people blow up in the lava level, which also had rising lava and going up and down and stuff like that. Again, like you might see in a Smash Brothers level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's those two kinds of different experiences, it seems like, but you can do the more team-based fighting, or you can just go nuts like you would expect to in a couch co-op game and do that sort of chaos.
And I guess we keep mentioning the customization options in this game, but as you mentioned, it's all purely cosmetic though, right? Or do you stick with a certain Lego set and build up that set, or is it just mainly to unlock stuff and to look cool? It
seems like it's to unlock stuff to look cool, and you can look very cool. That was the thing that might have been the most fun, was creating your little guy to take into a battle. I made like a weird clown with a cowboy, like cowboy clothes, and he had a horse on his chest, like it was as if he was riding it, but he was actually just wearing it. Yeah. They also mentioned that you could that Ian Malcolm with his shirt open, you could take his head, toss it on a different body. You can mix and match all that stuff. So the more you're unlocking, the more options you're getting to making something weird and crazy. And our Jordan had a character with pom-poms and like a face tattoo, and he looked like a gnarly pirate, but he was also a cheerleader and stuff like that. And it's there are a lot of options there, and it seems like like I said, it pulls from the sort of like generic Lego world as well as the IP-driven one. So there are a lot of like weird ways you can customize it and find like avenues you wouldn't expect. Like I said, with the clown was really my favorite for sure.
Phil, that's concerning that a clown with cowboy clothes and a horse coming out of his chest. Yeah, sounds more like a horror movie. But this definitely is more a family-focused game, right? So it's not really a core fighter in any sense of the word.
I mean, like your main attack is a melee. You just have this everybody starts with a sword or a sword-like weapon, mop or whatever. And you're just hitting people with that when you don't have another item, right? So it's not like you're doing combos. It's not like you're doing smash attacks. It is a much more like chill, relaxed sort of fighter. It's more about positioning, a lot of platforming around, tricking people into falling in the lava, that sort of thing. And then when you do get those items, that's your chance to kind of like rampage a little bit. But for when you're facing that sort of thing, you want to get out of the way. You're trying to get over to the other side of the level, or outthink how you can avoid that for the limited time that it's going to be chasing you around. So yeah, it's like it's not going to go super high skill ceiling or anything like that, but there is enough sort of craziness going on that it's pretty engaging. Anybody can, I think, pick it up and have fun with it, but you can still I still got beat by our guy Dave, so there's definitely something to it.
There's a competitive element to it,
for sure.
But couch hijinks, family, friends. Okay, Phil, do we know when this game is coming out? And I know you played PS5. Do we know the other platforms it's coming out on?
I believe we have Xbox, Switch, and I want to say PC, and I think it's this month.
All right, thank you very much for that, Phil. That was our look at LEGO Brawls. For more on Summer Game Fest, keep it tuned to GameSpot.